Welcome to Low Country View with Earl Yates. I'm your host, and today my guest is Leah Fair. Now, it's not often I have one of our youth come on, but she's not from Hilton Head, but she's from South Carolina, from our Low Country area, and it's just amazing to see the accolades that she's piled up already. We have Leah on because she's not only a family member, but also a very, very special athlete. She's just piled up so many awards already, just the junior in high school. Whether it's AAU or high school, she's also been selected in international racers to come and join athletes from all over the world in both Australia and Hawaii. And that's one of the reasons why I have her on, because she wants to get that out a little bit and get some sponsorship for it, but also to see how special it can be when we have our youth dedicated to not only scholar athletes and stuff like that, and her studies. She's been accepted to schools such as Princeton and just so many different schools are asking for her, not only because of her athletic ability, but also because, you know, man, she's a smart girl. So without further ado, Leah, good to have you on.
Thank you.
All right, just give our viewers a little bit about who you are, where you're born, what brought you back to the Low Country and everything like that.
Well, my name is Leah Fair, and I was born in New Jersey, and we moved to South Carolina. And ever since I've been here, like, I love it. Like, track is, I feel open, I feel free, and I feel like God has called me to run. And I love it. And I feel like this is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I just love doing what I do.
Now, besides being an athlete, school, I mean, obviously that's very important to you because you've done so well. From day one, when you were in school, was Dad and Mom pushing you to be a great student, or do you thrive in that from a passion just as you do in track?
I don't know. I like when people come to me and ask me for questions. Like, I like being the smart girl. I don't know. I'm 10th in my class, and I just like when people come to me like, oh, she's smart and she's running tracks. You know what I mean? Like, I like being a role model. Like, I feel like if I can do it, they can do it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Not that I was a great athlete or great scholar in school, but yeah, it's very understandable. But obviously, it's a thing that it's passion. I mean, it's not something that, you know, you have to be pushed into. So now, what grade were you in when you decided you wanted to run track?
I was in 7th grade when I decided.
And how does for you, was it a matter of deciding, you know what, I want to play a sport, you know, I got to do something with my free time, so let's try track, or were you inspired by someone else that brought you in?
We were outside playing kickball, and I had ran, and everybody was like, oh wow, she's fast, and these boys was like, oh no, she's not fast, and then they were like, let's race. So I was like, okay, and then we raced, and I beat them, and I was just looking around like, and then a girl came to me, and she was like, you know what, you should run track. I run, and I was like, okay. So I went out, and I really liked it, and from there on, I've still been running. This is my 5th year running track.
Well, I can see it now when you become an Olympic athlete. To say that I started because of kickball. Like, that's a great start, huh? Now, of course, so many female athletes that you look back, a lot of their drive has come from having to compete with the boys.
Yeah.
Now, on your level, how many of the boys in your school or community have actually had the chance to say, okay, yeah, let me put my speed up against you?
Yeah, a lot of boys on the team want to race me, a lot. I get it every day when I come to school. Oh, Leah, are we going to race today? Are we going to race today? And I race them like, I've lost like 2 times. Most of the fast guys who know they can beat me don't race me, but some guys who like are just cocky, but then they get beat, and it's not a good situation. But I don't know, I like running, so I still do it. I don't care how they look at me afterwards. But they respect that I beat them, so like, it's okay.
Now, but when you look at the level that you've achieved already, like I said, you're in 11th grade. I mean, you still have another year. I mean, I have the list here, and you have 2011 AAU 200-meter dash intermediate girls. You're ranked #2 in the nation. So with all that, you still have so much to build on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, you're thinking about school now and everything, but you still have another year after this year, and your track season hasn't even begun this year. What do you look at in your past as far as your competition and your ability to grow from what you've already done, that you can spot things on and say, you know, that's what I can do better?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
But so obviously you already train a whole lot. Give me a little, say a week's time in the peak of your training, when you're running and doing everything in the middle of your season. Give me a little bit of your training. You know, like you have that commercial with with Michael Phelps, and they're showing him hitting the bag. He's doing swimming and everything. What all do you do?
Mondays, it's like we have a schedule. Mondays we'll probably run about 8 400, which is 2 miles, but like each lap has to be under 105, a minute and 5 seconds. And then we'll run like 6 200s, and then we'll run like 11 100s, and it's just like, this is just for conditioning though, not season. And then Tuesdays we go to the weight room, and they'll have us bench pressing, squat, and we do the bicycle sometimes, and like, it's, oh my goodness.
Now, you certainly have to tell the viewers, because a lot of us, we would like to think that we take out a lot of pride in staying in shape and everything. And, you know, I made a joke about, you know, how you see all the athletes now in track.
Yeah.
They're no longer lean. I mean, lean as far as lanky and ropey. I mean, these women and men are in great shape. And you said you curl 45-pound dumbbells.
Yeah, on each hand. And we just constantly like.
That's pretty serious. I mean, now, is there a lot of teaching that comes behind that with your coaches, as far as technique and also past technique, that they give you explanations for why you need to do this?
Well, it's like the faster your arms move, the faster your legs move. So the stronger your arms are going to be, the faster your legs are going to go. So, but at first I started off like just with 10 in each hand. That was like 8th grade. But each year they added like 5 more and then 10 more, and then I just got to the point where I could just do it. Like, I just don't think about it anymore though. It's just, it's natural.
Yeah, it sounds pretty natural, but still, you know, how much do you weigh?
I say 118.
You're 118, and you're 17-year-old, and you're curling 45 pounds. That's pretty serious. So with your conditioning and everything, the progression that you see from where you are to pro athletes, do you think you're on a pretty good pace to continue to get better?
Yeah, I think I'm doing pretty good. Like Allison Felix, like when she was in my grade, she was running the same exact times as I am now. So I just look at her as an inspiration, because I feel like if she can do it, like I can aspire to be just like her one day. Now,
away from track for a while, in your studies, of course, to do this, you have AAU, which you do in the summertime, and of course you have your training, because of course, in order to stay at the high level that you are, I mean, you got to continue on for the most part throughout your year, and making sure that your speed stays, you don't have any drop time. How do you fit so much time in on track, but still become such a great student?
Well, I do a lot of my studying in school, and I don't sleep at all. So I know it's not good, but it's true, because as soon as I come from track, it's like around 6:30. Then I do my homework, AP classes, and it's just like I have no time to sleep. So I have to do what I have to do, but I feel like it's going to be worth it in the end.
Well, hey, you're driven. That's for sure. On the second part of the show, of course, when you come back on, we'll talk a little bit about the Down Under sports. Of course, you having your invitation to go to Australia and Hawaii, but you know, this Hilton Head. I mean, you must love Hilton Head a lot.
I do. It's beautiful here. Like, as soon as you come here, it's just like, wow. Like, you can feel it in the air. Like, this is beautiful. You look at the trees. Like, you don't see trees like that anywhere else. You know what I mean? So I love it.
Well, and you have family here, so unlike a lot of people, you have the expense of coming and traveling and get here, paying for hotels. Come on, you got room and board already taken care of. All you do.
Yeah, it's pretty great. I've been coming since I was little to my grandparents' house, and I I love it. Like, just to get out, like, I feel like I'm on vacation right now and I'm just here for an interview, but it's great.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. What we'll do is we'll take a short break, and she's a wonderful girl, as you can see. And just to think about some of the things that she's done in her life already to make room for greatness in her future is even greater. You have to really, really look at the youth today, and so many times we tend to look at the negative side of rather their curricular activities that they actually put themselves in, extracurricular activities, or the bad habits that they pick up through technology and everything like that. But then we put everything aside and we look at wonderful young women and young men like Leah, and then you know that, hey, life is still good. Life is still good. So we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Low Country View with Earl Yates. I'm your host, and once again, Leah Fair. I've had a great time. I think this time we're certainly going to have a lot more fun because I'm not exactly going to pick on you, but it's just so much. I just briefly going over this book about going to Hawaii and Australia. Most people don't ever get the chance to say they want to just go there just to see it, and here it is. You've been invited to a huge tournament there. I mean, they have every sport. You have baseball, basketball, football, track, wrestling, and they've picked all these people not only from America but throughout the world. So you're going to be on an international stage, and you're going to meet these friends that are from, whether it's Australia and New Zealand or Brazil and Paris. I mean, when you got this brochure and this invitation in the mail, it must have been pretty special for you.
Yeah, I was just looking at it like, wow, am I really gonna do this? Like, it was exciting. I went to my mom, I was like, Mom, look. It was just like, oh, it would be a great experience. Like, I really want to do it.
So what in this are you looking forward to the most? Would it be the experience of just being outside the country and meeting these different people, or your chance to put your skill set on show against the rest of the world?
I feel like it'll just be a start to my career. Like, I just can't wait for him to say, Leah Fair from the USA, you know what I mean? How they really do in the Olympics. Like, I just want that feeling. I feel like this is my dream,
So being a track athlete, I've never been fast in any way. In no way, shape, or form have I ever been thought to be a speedy person. But like you said, you started off playing kickball one day and was invited to it, and you've been a very determined young lady as far as seeing that not only it was a skill that you felt that you could do extremely well, but something you were very passionate about. But wow, it's just a different level. I've had the pleasure of going abroad and traveling, and the people that you meet from so many different places, to actually get that experience to see how small the world is. You must have read this how many times? Just
like 100. It's just, I love reading it. Like, the people who say they've been there, they say it's a great experience. Like, you meet new people, they treat you well, you eat. Like, I can't wait.
Now, when you look at Australia, I mean, it's one of those. It's far away enough that most people, when they decide they want to take a trip and they want to go abroad, you have some people that go to the Caribbean. It's pretty close in Europe, but man, Australia, I wish one day I'd get the chance to go there. So have you also gone about the internet to search and find out different things that if you have the time, you'd like to see when you're over there? Are there things that you picked out already to decide that, no, I certainly want to see this while I'm there?
Nothing really that I wanted to see. I mean, I just love meeting new people. Like, that's the main reason I like to go, I mean, it's nothing that I really want to see, but I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I like seeing new things and being in different places and stuff. So.
Now, with your track, I think one of the things that would make me nervous is to think that, okay, I've achieved such a high level here at home. In your area of South Carolina, and then of course, like we mentioned earlier, in AAU, you were ranked #2 in the nation. Now you're going against the world. I mean, that has to be a double-edged sword. You have, here it is that, oh, I get a chance to compete against the best in the world. But
yeah,
you also at the same time, okay, it has to be nerve-wracking to think that now my skill set is being put against absolutely everyone my age around the world that does this extremely well. How does that make you feel?
Oh, wow. It's my nerves will tear me apart. Like, a race, oh my, the feeling is unexplanatory. Like, whew, the feeling I get when the man says go, it's like I'm so nervous. Like, sometimes that'll mess me up, but sometimes it'll make me do good, like make me run extra fast or make me run extra slow. It just depends on the day. I never know what's going to happen at a track meet, ever.
Now, this is obviously track is something more than just a sport to you, because, like you said, your nerves are going crazy. Now, you've also spoken about, you know, a lot of your losses, say in state and stuff like that, have come to girls that had already expected to compete for second place. Is there any chance that you can find a routine or anything like that that you think you can build on? Because of course most of the times you would think that, okay, you're facing something different, which you would in Australia, but here it is, these girls that know that what's going on. Obviously you have a lot going through your mind at all times, probably not getting enough sleep.
I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe, I don't know. I think it just comes with experience. Like, the more you win, the more confident you get. So I just feel like if the more I win, I feel like, okay, now I can do this. I really can do this. Like, but in the beginning, I just felt like I never won anything. Like, what makes them think that I can win? But it just comes with experience and confidence. I'm building on that.
Well, yeah, and like, I mean, 11th grade, to accomplish all this, and you're still in 11th grade, knowing that, okay, you have your high school track season coming up, and more than likely, the same girls that you've competed with will be there, and expecting the same outcome, with the exception of the ones who won would probably go, oh, well, this year she's probably going to have her nerves going a little better. How does that training go? I mean, are you very good friends with those girls? Yeah,
like I have them on Facebook, Twitter, everything. I mean, some girls track is a very aggressive sport, not mainly physical, but like, when you're on the line, they'll be like, oh, you don't have this, I have this. Like, they're very outspoken track females. So, I mean, but we're all friends, you know? So I feel like the next time I see them, they'll be expecting more out of me, because I told them, I said, when I come back, I'm going to win this thing. But we're all nice to each other. Now,
this has to be one instant from a high schooler where Facebook must be an extremely positive thing. Because you think where, in most circumstances, you will never have any contact with these girls that are your competitors and you run against. But now, here it is, you're tweeting back and forth, and you're also chatting back and forth on Facebook, and so that in itself has to loosen you up a lot and make this a whole lot more fun.
Yeah.
So now that it's become so fun, wow, you set yourself up to where, you know, the career that you want it's all a go. I mean, you're about to go to an international level and see people that do this with you. I can see you taking a deep breath now.
Yeah.
From all over the world. Now, the cost that it costs for you to actually go, is this being taken care of by someone, or are you looking for how much sponsorship, or you know, mom and dad just fitting the whole bill?
No, this whole trip is mainly off of fundraising and sponsor people. So it's like when they send you the information packet, they basically look for you to raise your own money, but they do as much as possible. Like, there's a raffle ticket, so you can sell them, and the people can actually win trips to Hawaii. So it's a lot to do to fundraise money.
So how much is a raffle ticket?
I think like 25.
Oh man, I think I need to get a couple of raffle tickets from you.
Yeah, it's not much.
Now, of course, we have Leah's information up on the screen, as you can see right there, where you can contact her by email and she can give you more information. And of course, down under sports, you have that where you can look it up on the internet, of course, and find out what you need to find out about what she's going to participate in. I mean, you go through this book and you've seen the experience that others have had before you, and you look at this, and I think one of the best parts that I can see from this is just getting to know people.
Yeah.
Because you think of being an Olympic athlete, they are traveling abroad so much. And one of the greatest experiences has to be different people.
Mm-hmm.
So that in itself is pretty special. Now, as far as now, come a lot closer to home. Your brother, he's pretty much a little athlete. We might as well give him a little time.
Yeah, he plays everything: basketball, baseball, tennis. He does it all. Football, track. He's just like the all-around athlete.
Now, do you see him getting himself in a position to where rather be track or football or basketball?
Oh, yeah.
Being a very high-quality athlete?
Yeah. He's like almost as fast as me. He's only 12 years old, so
So he's there, huh?
Yeah, I think he's going to be great.
Except when he says he doesn't have any patience. That's great. But for his age, you know, hey, having a little patience is not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad thing. Well, Leah, I hope and pray that you raise the funds. I know it'll happen for you. You're a strong girl, smart girl, and have a lot of faith. This will work out for you just fine. Now, when do you leave to go? So when is the time period for those who want to help you to make sure the funds are in place?
I think it's like 3 months is the last time they'll take it,
okay.
You know what I mean? So I have to have it all in by 3 months.
Okay, so they have 3 months to decide that Leah Fair, I want to make sure that she has some time.
Yeah.
So put that on your calendar for sure. You have 3 months, so we're looking basically at about, I guess, May, that, you know, contact Leah, find out what you can do from her, and then you go from there. Well, Leah, it's been a pleasure. This is, I mean, we're family and everything, but I never get a chance to really sit down and talk to you about your athletics and to see what's going on and see what you've already accomplished is something very special. I'm extremely happy for you, lady.
Thank you.
Well, best of luck in this year. Please, for me, go ahead and show those girls exactly why you beat them every time and get your goal accomplished for sure. And then have a great time. You'll have to tell me how that is for sure in Australia. Might prompt me to go there a little quicker. Thanks. I hope you've enjoyed yourself and enjoyed Leah. She's a wonderful young lady. I try so much to make sure that the people that I bring on can inspire you a little bit. And, you know, regardless of the age, there's a little bit of greatness in all of us that can inspire the rest of us, I'd like to say. So I hope this has been wonderful for you. You take care. Have a great day.